Assetto Corsa. This time we're checking out one of the new JP cars, one of the new Japan Pack cars, and that is the Toyota. That was an accidental, somewhat racist impersonation of a Japanese person. The Toyota AE86 drift version. Let's get on the track. Of course, this is the Akina mod track, an absolutely fantastic track, and I'm somewhat embarrassed that we haven't played it before. Apologies for that. I've seen it in videos and it is, you know, it always looked like a fantastic track, but I'll just say we were saving it for VR. But before we get going, we're saying is I've repositioned the UI, holographic UI, a bit better. We've got the tyre graphics there on the right, the delta, a position, and that's all set up nice and small, because in the new version of AC you can actually scale it, and obviously for some of these things, like the tyre graphics, unless you were doing hot laps and being really precise, you don't need to know the PSI. The main thing is just knowing if the tyres are on it, if they're going off, if you need to pit and all that business. And so we can, like a primary school child, we can work from the colours to know if we're good. Blue is ice cold and not good. Green is good. We generally want to be green. They're not green. This is going to be a disaster. On the left, we've got our current lap, our best lap, our last lap. We've got the chat room. Has to be nice and big because the text isn't the most legible thing with the with VR in general, the Oculus Rift and the Vive. And we've got the onboard settings, so we can shuffle our seat around. Though we seem pretty all right here. We can duck down to do that. We've got the pedal app there, shows our force feedback, and then we've got, for some reason, I'm not sure why I put that there, we've also got our current gear we're in, all nice and clear, glows red. For someone as special as me, it lets me know that we are in fact in gear or not in gear. But look at this track, absolutely incredible detail, loads of hedges and trees and all the electric pylons and everything, throws you straight into you know, Japan, so you feel like you're there. And a bit like RBR actually, I found these, even though they're billboard trees, you're not fully 3D trees in the hedges, it's enough to make you feel as if you're actually in the location. And even with RBR, not using the latest shaders or having particularly good oh, okay, we need to watch out for that. Having particularly good shadows and lighting, this sort of having hedges like this really just draws you in and makes it feel really lush and gives you really good perception of speed. Let's be aware that we don't have much grip, especially when the tyres are cold. Let's try and do some drifting, taking advantage of the Oculus Rift, allowing us to look into the corner as we drift it. Now, I'm not very good at drifting, as I say, apologies in advance. Those of you that can drift, hope you don't get blisters from face palming your forehead too much. That's the punishment for watching me try and slide a Japanese car around. But look at the detail on this track, like all the different areas of the track, all the road signs, different bits of walling, subtle variation to the hills. This is the thing, often with countryside tracks and simulators that are mod tracks, is someone's just sort of done a road path and then put clutter by it. But you can instantly see with this that they've actually, you know, put really precise detail in, make it look really authentic, and each part of the track looks really distinct. So fantastic, and the road texture as well, really good. And this car is a complete drift beast. But whoa, whoa, you have to watch out for the front ends. As soon as the front ends lose grip, that's it, you're going in the wall, and that's a couple £100 damage for a new bumper. With this being downhill, you don't really need to be in that low of a gear to pop the back out. It seems this car's pretty stable. It's sliding in third gear. So good. Oh dear, we're gonna bin this car. There's a nice little concrete wall there. Oh, hard to sort of continually slide out. Oh no, look at that. Little bit of Japanese writing on the wall. Oh, we've done it again. Bit of Japanese writing on the wall there. And these road markings are interesting. In contrast to English road markings, where everything in England is depressing, in Japan they like to make everything look nice and fancy. Oh, this is awesome fun. And the Rift, to say, like, because you can actually look into the turn properly, you don't feel sort of constrained and locked to the view of the car like you would on a monitor. And then the depth with the 3D really lets you position the car more. though it doesn't save you from embarrassingly understeering off. Oh no! Or totally losing control like that. You can't just power on through and hope to get grip from the tyres on downhill corners, unfortunately. We need to just remember to brake a little bit for some of these tight corners. And then throw the car in. Now this would be fantastic to do with a couple of people online if we get a server with this. And just do some side-by-side drifting. That'd be absolutely incredible. Oh, watch out for the understeer. I really need a bit more practice at the old drifting, as you can see. Nothing. Oh, not again. Oh, God, we've done about £600 worth of damage. Don't know what that is in yen. we've destroyed this car. We look like a Coke can that's been trod on by an elephant by the end of this run. Oh dear. But this vehicle, it seems relatively controllable. I mean, I sort of have a love-hate relationship with vehicles. Initially, I hate them, all of them, because you have to learn their profile, and that can be I can find that a little bit time-consuming. But once I get used to the specific vehicle's handling and have a idea of what it's going to do, then I start liking them. At the moment, I'm in that sort of hate part of the relationship. Though, oh look at that, they've got wet floor signs instead of traffic cones. What's that about? Oh dear, Japan. Everything's crazy in Japan. Tentacles and wet floor signs instead of traffic cones. They look pretty cool though. I guess they make sense if you hit them, they just collapse and then someone can put them back up. Oh, and these road markings look cool as well. But in terms of this vehicle, it does seem pretty progressive. Pretty, it's got solid, really nice force feedback, really communicative of what it's doing. The understeer on the front when you lose grip on the front is brutal. The brakes seem really effective, but very easy to lock up. This is, of course, the drift version of the vehicle, so that's why the back end is so eager to come out. But that's what you need for this. Whoa! Engine note and sound for this car. It doesn't sound that good, to be honest. It sounds a bit like a lawnmower. Maybe that's what the real car sounds like. But that's somewhat surprising, actually, because the new Mazda Cup car in AC sounds fantastic. It's really nice and in tune. There's a really authentic sound to it, whereas this to me just sounds a bit like a lawnmower. But there you go, you can't win with every car. Oh nice, we're getting better slowly getting there. The cockpit interior, fantastic. Just look at it. It's more square than a, I don't know, it's more square than a math book, than geometry in a math book. What am I talking about? Worst analogy ever. It's more square than a square. Game of Muscle loses his mind. No, but it's very much that, 80s. Look at it. I mean, it reminds me of the Peugeot my family used to have. Just proper square interior. More plastic than a plastic refinery. Whoa, the analogies today are broken. Look at those lights. It's like a trip through Japan. As you can see, as I say again. Whoa. They've done a superb job of having really unique parts of this track and this road, with it feeling very distinct. So I don't think it will take too long to actually learn the corners on this, to then know where you need to brake to be able to do the various type of drift you want to do. Because, as I say, unlike some of the lower quality public road mods, this is very definable. Each corner is very definably its own corner with its own character. I think we're at the end there, and we're off to the ski lift, back to the top of the run. This is exactly how the road is in Japan. Japan, of course, is located on the edge of the earth, and as a result, you get views like this where the world just turns slowly into a floating point error as you go off into the distance. It's exactly how the real world works. Look at this, we're beasting up this hill, sheer power. Tyres have gone from ice cold to moderately ice cold, and they're slowly warming up. Oh, we only have 5 gears in this vehicle, but I have to say, VR to me is working absolutely fine with AC. We did that, as I said, we did that video before that showed you how to improve or reduce the aliasing using the SDK tool. I'm not sure what you can do to reduce it with the Vive. We'll have to do some testing with that. but absolutely fantastic. And the new Japan cars, so even though this car is not particularly my cup of tea, I mean, I'm more into my sort of prototypes, proper race cars and things. You know, this is a nice addition to the simulator. Of course, AC is on sale now with the DLC update. So for £26 you can get all of AC with all the DLC, which bugger, which is a steal. So now if you haven't got it, it's a good time to buy it. And Houston, we've left the space station and we're currently re-entering in our Toyota. We are re-entering Earth orbit. It looks very dark on the Earth's surface. We can't get stable. We can't get stable, Houston. We are going to burn up unless we can stabilise our re-entry. We've got a problem. We're going at 329 kilometres per hour, Houston. Houston, we cannot stabilise. Houston, we've got trouble. We've got trouble. We're going to burn up in the atmosphere. Oh God, I know I was going to die like this in a Toyota, in an 80s Toyota, re-entering the Earth atmosphere. This is how it's going to end. Oh dear. Goodbye everybody. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Oh dear, it's the end of Game of Muscle. See you in the next video we do. We're going to upload one very soon. Oh, it was nice knowing you. Off to floating point oblivion we go. Goodbye. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Oh.